Hello everyone, this is Chinmay from Trading Cafe India. Well guys, I know you have some concerns about the regular frequency of the videos. Well, it is going to take a little time to come up with the regular videos as we have already started working on websites and we are developing some tools to enhance the quality of our softwares. Well, it is going to take some time and maybe in a couple of weeks I will start doing the regular videos on YouTube. Well guys, now talking about the market have already started showing some correction. So, whether it's a healthy correction or a little correction and then we can also grab a nice opportunities at the bottom. Now, looking at the market structure, whether the stock specific or the sector specific opportunities we are going to grab, and looking at the market and the index, are there some good opportunities that we can grab along with the option buying as well? Let's understand in this video. Now guys, we are looking at the Nifty on a weekly time frame. First observation, as I have already explained you earlier, whenever market was going up, a little correction was taken out as a nice buying opportunity and we have seen a nice buying from that point. Well, from last 3 to 4 weeks, what we are having for entire November series, whenever a small upside happened, it was taken down by heavy correction. And that's why we are getting low price action patterns on many stocks. At moment on Nifty, what are the observation? If you look at here, after a little consolidation, now first time we are getting a huge red candle and that too, it's a kind of red moribazu. Definitely we can see some follow-up selling. Well, in this scenario, Nifty is at moment near important zone of 17,000. Just by coming at important zone, will it giving us a nice reversal opportunity? Well, just by looking at the price action, you will come to know earlier this was the consolidation and then a much awaited breakout happened above 16,000 zone. So, chances are good that we are going to retest those levels and then we can see a nice reversal opportunities. But at moment, just by looking at the data, we can get a clear indication from the big guys as well. So, will this particular 17,000 zone is going to hold the selling, or looking at the big guys position where exactly a nice reversal or we can say a nice support is seen? Let's understand with the help of option chain itself. Well guys, now we are looking at the Nifty option chain for the weekly expiry and there's one observation you can definitely find. Well, here what I'm having on call side, I can see a nice change in build of the option interest and that too along with the nice build up throughout the expiry. Well, that is the first thing. But if you look at the out of the money strikes, here I am not having much premiums left on the call side. Well, if you start compare those, as the put side, I am having a huge premiums on every single strike available and that too along with the nice build up. Well, these are the few conditions where you will understand people are ready to give maximum premium, or rather they are actually paying more for the put side. Definitely it's a bearish indication. Well, looking at the premiums, definitely it's an effect along with the VIX, as VIX have already started rising rapidly. Well, that comes up with the Vega playing and the Vega is actually increasing the premiums. It happens on the both side, but if you start comparing puts are having heavy premiums. Definitely it's a bearish indication. Now, in this given scenario on Monday, if I want to find any buying opportunity, well, in this scenario, we want what? We want a gap down opening and then a huge gap of filling activity should happen. Otherwise, what will happen? With that gap down and a continuation pattern, definitely whoever paid the selling side, definitely they will start unwinding their position and then we can get a nice follow-up opportunity, same as today happened. So, below 17,000 zone, if the market sustains for some time, definitely people will start putting more selling position and that will create a nice opportunity to go for further shorting, rather going and finding a nice reversal opportunities. Well, a good trader always find an opportunity along with the trend trading, rather they will start fighting with the trend, assuming at this point, if the market reverses, it will give me a nice bottom opportunity. Here, we are not in the markets to find out a nice bottoms, rather to get the confirmation and trade accordingly. Now guys, we are looking into the Bank Nifty on a weekly time frame. First observation, after making a nice move, first time we got an engulfing candle along with the follow-up selling. Well, in this scenario, if you are looking at the Nifty and compare it along with the Bank Nifty definitely started showing more bearishness. At moment, again on Bank Nifty also, we are at the important zone of 36,000 zone. Well, the first observation on price action, this was the previous resistance and it should act as a support, but rather the closing happened below that. It's a bearish indication, and now we need to also understand where exactly we can find the next support on the price action. Well, this is the particular scenario where a nice consolidation happened and a breakout. So the consolidation bottom, that is the 34,000 zone, can act as a nice support. Again, we are also looking at the 2000 point at the downside. Definitely. Is this the condition that is going to happen? Let's understand on the option chain front. Now, when you look at the Bank Nifty option chain for this current expiry, the similar observation you will have as long as the Nifty is concerned. Well, if you look at the call side, what I'm having, the premium of 230 to 40 is actually 1/3 of the ATM premium of the put side. Well, definitely it's a bearish indication. At the same time, you will start comparing the open interest built up, where I can see a huge built up along with the nice change that happened in current intraday. Well, if you look at the put side, I'm not seeing a huge open interest built up that happened for the current day. Definitely people are not ready to come up with the selling position on the put side. Even there is a huge weekend and a nice theta decay opportunity we have. Well, these are the sentiments you can easily read on the option chain. Again, what are the key levels that you need to track? On put side, if you look at the 36,000 put, I'm not seeing a huge built up, but again, there's little open interest present at that point. So if a gap down opening happened on Monday's session and then market sustains below the 36,000 zone for some time, definitely it is going to create a nice pressure on the put sellers and they will start rapidly unwinding the position, and that is where our opportunities lies. So on Monday's session, if you look at the 15-minute time frame and then we see a nice downfall, and that too along with the continuation pattern, we can keep a small stop loss and find our opportunity when the market is making lower lows. Rather, there is only one condition where we are going to see our nice buying opportunity, that is a gap down opening and then fulfilling that gap along with the nice reversal. If markets open with the gap up structure, don't immediately jump into the buying structure. Definitely there are some chances that market will retest that low and then we may have some reversal opportunities. Now, other than Nifty and Bank Nifty, there are some stocks which are creating a nice opportunity looking at the price action. So let's understand on the stock specific front. Well guys, there's only one stock on my buying radar and that is Lalpath Lab. Well, there's hardly anything to go for buying. Here you need to understand one thing. The sentiments are bad and now it is directly associated with the COVID news. Well, we don't trade on news basis, but the general sentiments are like, now in this correction, pharma stock will not show you a huge down rally. Rather, the stock which may get affected like Indigo in aviation sector or PVR, which are directly concerned with this news, definitely start showing a huge correction, and that exactly happened. Well, looking at the price action, what we are having on weekly time frame, continuously we are getting resistance near this 3700 zone on Lalpath Lab. So on a daily time frame, if we are getting a nice closing above it, definitely it will create a nice opportunity. So on Monday, if we are getting a nice closing above 3700 zone, and then on follow-up day, that is on Tuesday, if hourly candle goes above the daily high, definitely it will create a nice opportunity to go for swing long position. Well, when it comes to the selling opportunity, there are a lot of stocks on my radar. We'll start with the metal stocks. I'll start with the JSW. Here on JSW, on a weekly time frame, this was the earliest support, and now on a closing basis, we are having a nice candle, and that too along with the long rejection. Definitely the stock is also started creating lower highs. At the same time, the bottom was tested and now breached below along with the super volumes. Definitely it's a bearish indication. So going forward, if I'll find the stock on a daily time frame below 620 zone, definitely it will be a fresh selling opportunity. And now the similar patterns you can find in SAIL, JSW, Jindal Steel, and even with the Tata Steel. So just by doing the practice, you can also let me know in the comment box what are the good levels for shorting in metal industry. The next stock on my selling radar is Piramal Enterprises. If you look at the price action structure here, what I'm having a nice breakdown below the important zone of 2500. Well, in such scenarios on a daily time frame, if we get a little retracement and then a continuation pattern, definitely it is going to bring fresh sellers into the system, and the sellers are also going to define a small stop loss in the system. Well, I'm talking about the retracement and the further correction of the round. So below 2450, the stock will bring a nice opportunity to get in as a seller, and we can find a small stop loss along with the retracement. The next stock on my selling radar is Bajaj Finance. If you look at the price action structure, first time we are looking at the heavy candle after a nice fall off. Well, in this scenario, we also need to understand if any correction happens and then a continuation definitely below the 6800 zone, we are going to find a nice opportunity for selling. Well, where exactly the potential targets are? Here exactly when a nice consolidation breakout happen, that is somewhere around 6100 zone, that will be your next target. Now we are talking about another 10% correction. If that is the thing, definitely we are going to grab a nice opportunity on a downside in Bajaj Finance. Well guys, if today's market fall was associated along with the new variant of COVID, well, this is the only reason. Generally, whenever bear market started, they come up with any reason and then you start getting more serious fall. Generally, if you look at the markets, in the entire November series, we saw a huge selling rounds from the FIs. Well, in such scenarios, in previous months, whenever FIs were selling, at the same time, domestic institutes were heavily buying and absorbing all the selling pressure. In this case, in this particular month, we are not seeing a huge buying activity that happened from the DIS front. Definitely it's a bearish indication, and that's why if we are getting any follow-up selling opportunity, we can grab and make nice opportunity as a trader. Well, in this scenario, I hope you are getting a clear idea about the price action that is developing on indexes and different stocks. At the same time, looking at the option position, you are also getting the idea about the big guys position. Now, if you find this video valuable, definitely like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and thanks for watching.
Oh.